And 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hi there. Welcome back to Unite the People radio show. It's me, Chelsea. I've been here before, but who we have not had yet is Olivia, my coworker. She also works at Unite the People. If we could go ahead and give her a round of applause. Welcome. Okay, thank you. Liv, do you want to talk about what you do at Unite the People?
I do administration, and I want to leave it at that.
Okay, let's talk about today's topics, huh? So today we're talking about the oil spill down the OC, which is actually very close by, current vaccine mandates, the Gabby Petito story, and the lack of media coverage for missing Indigenous people, as well as cultural appropriation and how it relates to today, so close to Halloween. So let's get into it, huh?
All right, where do we begin? You know what? This is my first time being here, so I'll go ahead and just let you take the lead.
All right, very fun. So I just wanted to start off by saying thank you guys for tuning in last week. Thank you guys for tuning in today. Thank you for those who interacted with our posts. We appreciate your support as we continue to grow and get somewhere good. So I am technically the guest, but you're also the guest today.
It's a weird who's who of what's going on.
Right, yeah. So what's going on is usually Caesar is here. He's not here, he's in the room, but not on camera. Me and Olivia decided to take over the show, to kind of like have fun with it. So hopefully we can do that today. So the first question is what's new with me? Same old. You know, work was good. Can't complain. Anything new with you?
So much, but also nothing at all. It's crazy.
Oh, we have Halloween plans, actually. We're going to go to Oktoberfest.
Yes, I can't say Oktoberfest.
Yeah, in Big Bear, so we're really excited for that.
Very excited for that.
Yep, very excited. Yeah.
Get to embrace some other cultures.
Yeah, get to embrace your...
in an appropriate fashion.
In a way that's not inappropriate, yeah. Okay, so we're just going to move on from there. Okay. Let's talk about the oil spill. If you haven't heard about it, the oil spill occurred, I want to say, 2 weeks ago, because I was actually in the Orange County when it happened, and there was like a flight show, do you know what I'm saying? With like the planes from like the military when they like drive over.
Oh,
do you
like
know what
with the dust and everything.
What are those things called? It was one of those, and they actually canceled it because of the oil spill, and it's actually gotten pretty bad since then because it's about 2 weeks later, and it's still an issue. Did you want to kind of talk about where we're at with that oil spill in California?
I don't think it's cleaned up. I will tell you that. I don't think it's cleaned up.
Okay.
Do we know what caused? Like, did they say what caused the oil spill? Was it the planes or was
no?
it?
I don't believe it was the planes. No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't think so. What is that? Huntington Beach, right?
Yeah, it says Huntington Beach, Surf City.
Yeah.
Surf City, USA.
Yeah. So as of October 20th, the oil spill is still a thing that we are dealing with on our beaches, on our coast. I just hope that they get it together. That's really not great for our environment, especially the fish life.
That is what I'm saying. I'm very concerned for like the seals and stuff. Are seals over there? Is that by Seal Beach?
Seals are kind of everywhere. Yeah, it's actually really close by Seal Beach.
Oh my goodness! Now I'm even more concerned.
Yeah, no, it's terrible. I don't know what anyone can do, especially when you mix oil and water. You can't really.
I feel like they've cleaned it up before. We've had a couple oil spills.
Yeah, and it just sucks because the beaches over here are already so polluted. I mean, if you walk on the beach, you'll see so much trash. I've seen like a syringe once.
Where?
Actually at Belmont Shores, there is a syringe
shocked.
in the sand. Yeah, and there were like people still swimming in the water. It was disgusting. I was grossed out. Let's see.
Well, I hope it was like, there's no safe way to feel safe around a syringe being found in the sand. So
Well, there you go. There you have it, huh? Can you
Clean your
please see the
beaches.
restrictions? Is the beach still closed? I know it was
Let's
closed
see.
when I was there.
How recently were you there?
It was 2 weeks ago. 2 weekends ago, actually, yeah. It was in October.
Let's see. Is Huntington Beach open? I don't know, because this thing, October 12th, says it's open, but if you were there
Okay.
a week ago.
I know that they're still doing some stuff down there. Maybe the pier's closed as of right now, but we're just hoping that it gets handled and that everyone is able to come together and bring forth a solution that's gonna not
Kill the fish even more.
Yeah, just like reduce the destruction that can cause. So let's talk about our vaccine mandates. Are you familiar with those?
I am a little familiar with those. I'm aware that LA is like significantly more strict
Yeah,
than
LA
like
County.
other areas.
Yeah.
They're really trying to get a hold on this whole COVID thing.
Right,
now.
yeah. And so what I've found in like trying to go out and stuff, if you are trying to enter, I don't know if it's restaurants, all restaurants or just bars, but they require proof of vaccination or a negative COVID test. So, I mean, how do you feel about that?
Personally, like I'm a little divided on it because I'm
Right.
like, do they card you at the door? Like, like they do
Yeah.
card you at the door.
Yeah, they card you at the door, and I was trying to get into a karaoke bar in Koreatown, and they wouldn't let me in at first, but then they have, there's this way that you can check if you're ever out without your vaccination card. You can go to this website and put in your information, and then it'll like pull it up.
Do you
so
have
that
to register with the website?
No, you just put in like your name, your birthday, things like that, and then it pulls up that you were vaccinated, the dates you're vaccinated on. So
Wait, that's scary though. Like you're just so as soon as you get vaccinated, you're just automatically entered onto this like website.
well, no, it was helpful. It wasn't
What was
scary.
Okay, well that answered my question because my concern was like going up to a place and like you know how like when you're not exactly 21, you're like 20.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I forgot my ID.
Yeah,
in
you
the
have
car.
to do like a fake. Oh,
Yeah, like
have
oh,
I
let me
been
go
there?
get it, and it's just like
yeah.
okay. So there's no way around that. They're like you can prove it.
Yeah,
right
there's
now.
there's a way to prove it. It's kind of well, I get the vaccine mandates, but I also understand that not everybody's able to get vaccinated.
There is some divide.
Yeah, due to health concern. No, but like for people who genuinely can't get vaccinated due to like their health. You know.
So like, do you mean like people who can't get vaccinated for like religious reasons?
No,
or,
like
what
health
do you mean by
reasons, like because of their health.
Oh.
Yeah. So like that's kind of hard, and there's like a lot going on with like Kyrie Irving and stuff like that.
I've heard
too.
of Kyrie Irving's thing. He's still not vaccinated?
Well, I think he just wants to figure out like more about the vaccination.
That's fair. I feel like it's fair to want to do your own research.
Yeah,
I just hope you're not just just don't go on there and just start spreading misinformation like.
Don't
like, I'm not gonna
like
say
some female rappers.
like people making people scared.
Yeah, getting vaccinated.
Certain
yeah.
reactions.
So it's a good line of being curious about the vaccine, but not spreading misinformation. And it's really good when people find that line.
I don't know. I feel like when you think about it, like imagine how they reacted like when like the polio vaccine and all those old vaccines that we all just like take regularly.
Yeah, completely.
When they first came out, like if there was like someone in like the 1960s, like you don't know what they're putting in my body.
No,
Harold
yeah.
Wentz.
Yeah, completely. Yes.
There are gonna be people protesting.
Yeah, I can see both sides of the argument. I myself am vaccinated. Did you get vaccinated?
I am fully vaccinated.
You are fully, so we're both fully vaccinated. However, we can understand the plight of people who are a little bit uneasy about the vaccine, especially with, I mean, if you're a person of color and how, medicine has.
It's been
kind of
questionable.
has been
There's
questionable.
no way to
There's-
dance around that. It's been questionable with people of
People of color.
People of
yeah.
color, yeah.
We'll just say that there, huh? Okay.
We're not going to reference anything specific. Nothing that sounds like college. I'm just kidding.
Okay. So the Gabby Petito story, I'm sure everybody has heard about this. If you haven't, she went missing. She was like a van life YouTuber, her and a boyfriend. And
Was she?
yeah, and people think that it was her boyfriend. Of course, you're innocent until proven guilty. However, he's missing too now, so it looks really suspicious. But her body was found, and that's great, right? I mean, any
it would have
parent.
been. I'm not going to say.
Yeah, I mean, any parent should know where their, should be able to know where their child is. And
That's
if
the lady
they've
that
gone
went.
missing.
That's the lady that went missing in the mountains or in the hills.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of people have started to ask about what about the indigenous people that have gone missing, women and children, right?
True.
How many were there in the U.S.?
So in the U.S., we actually looked into this. In Wyoming specifically, they highlighted Wyoming. It said 710 indigenous women were missing or went missing or were murdered.
Okay.
It said missing and murdered.
What is going
When they're,
on?
excuse me, just Mitch, when they say indigenous, what do they mean by indigenous?
So indigenous means you would refer to them as Native Americans, or Indian. I don't like saying, it feels weird.
Indian feels weird. It feels like the wrong term.
But sometimes they'll call themselves Indian, and okay,
I think it's them. It's like it's their choice on what they want to be called, but just to be respectful, I feel like it's easier to say indigenous.
Indigenous Native Americans are the go-to. So it's kind of interesting how the case kind of got so popular because for a second there, the Gabby Petito story, because for a second there, it was everywhere. You could not escape it. Everyone was talking about it.
That's true. It blew up.
Yeah.
Like almost overnight, maybe a couple days. It blew up over a couple days.
Yeah, and everyone was just searching for her, and there was so much panic, which is fair, because if someone's been murdered and gone missing, find them. But
true.
It's, where's that for all of these people in Wyoming?
Let's just cut to the chase. There's a lot of people that go missing, and not everybody gets that same amount of coverage.
Yeah, completely. I think it also has to do with pretty privilege. Like, if you're a gorgeous woman by society standards, they'll stop what they're doing and they'll group up.
If that's what we're gonna go with.
Well, I'm just saying, they'll group up, they'll do search teams, they will find you, right? But maybe if you're not what society, in the European-centric standards of beauty, maybe
I'm seeing a lot of tiptoeing.
I'm not.
I'm seeing you want me to say it?
Yeah, go ahead and say it.
Okay. Let's be honest. The reason she got all this coverage was because she was Caucasian.
But I don't think that is fair.
I'm 100% sure some of those indigenous women that were missing, some of the 710,
right?
I am 100% more than half of them were probably beautiful.
Well, no, I'm not just saying that because they were indigenous, they weren't beautiful. That's not what I'm saying here. But
no, I know that's not what you're saying, but I'm saying it feels like there's some kind of erasure happening
that's
here
not what
when
I'm
you're
saying.
The reason why this whole thing, the media coverage happened for her was specifically because she was pretty.
Well, no, because that's how I feel. Because I think that if maybe she wasn't as attractive, maybe the story wouldn't have been so clickable, right? So
she
viewable.
was like an ugly
yeah,
woman.
I think if she was even just let's say it, an overweight person, maybe because there is a lot of fat phobia in how we perceive people, right?
Okay, I could see that.
Yeah. So I think that does have something that does go into it. However, it's great that
I feel like it's honestly, if you really look at it, it's a lot of things.
Yeah,
that goes into it.
Well,
regardless, we're really upset we're sorry that what happened and how it unfolded.
Right. Yeah, and I think that even whoever goes missing, indigenous. I know that a lot of black children also go missing in Atlanta and stuff.
Just everywhere.
So
honestly.
we're just putting our hopes out there that these people are found and that they are okay.
It's honestly really scary when you think about it. Like, people just go missing.
People just
like,
go
every
missing,
day.
and
Like, of every age, like women, children.
yeah. No, it's absolutely terrifying, and you see so much of this stuff on social media. My friend actually, from Tehachapi, Matt, you met him. His sister went missing in Linwood, so me and a friend like volunteered.
goodness.
Yeah, we volunteered to like put like posters up in Linwood, and it's really scary because you don't know where your family member is at, and you're just hoping that they're okay and that the worst hasn't happened.
Did the flyers help a little bit? Like, has you received any like tips or anything?
I think he has. It's really hard to like track
Missing
how
people?
useful flyers are, but let's hope that his sister is returned.
What's up, all these people that are missing or returned safely? You know, there was did you hear about what's going on
Absolutely.
with like in Haiti?
What's going on in Haiti?
I hate to get off topic.
No, it's
But-
okay. We have the time. We're just speeding through these topics here. If anyone has a question, feel free to write us. We will answer them.
About the, I guess like I want to say it was like a bunch, like maybe 17 children or something, and like 3 missionaries were kidnapped and held for ransom.
By who?
Some like gang members, or like someone who was in charge of a gang.
That's scary.
And like they wanted like 1.5 million or something for like the missionaries to be returned.
Be careful, I guess.
It happens
yeah.
every day, I guess.
No, it is really scary, especially not being able to talk to your loved one. Moving on from that really sad note.
We're keeping all these people that are missing in our prayers.
Yeah. Hopefully find your loved ones. So something I seen on the web today was there was a little bit of backlash from a movie from 1986. Was it 1986?
Was it 1986?
It's
1986.
Okay. And I wanted to talk about blackface, especially with Halloween coming up. Halloween, it seems like it's a fun idea to some people to dress up as different races with varying degrees of how deep they go into it, right? As well as I have seen things like people in like prison jumpsuits, and then like other people being like, this is not a costume. So the movie Soul Man, if you haven't seen it, Liv, can you give us a rundown on this film?
You know I can. So,
Okay.
Soul Man is a movie from 1986 that stars, who does it star?
Pony Boy, actually.
Does it?
Yeah.
Wow.
But I know his name. It's C. Thompson?
C. Thomas Howell.
C. Thomas Howell. Okay.
Okay, so it's a movie that stars C. Thomas Howell, where Mr. Howell
Yes.
puts on blackface.
Well, no. Let's be clear here. He takes these pills that makes his skin really tan.
Was it pills?
It was pills, and I believe that it was on accident. I have not seen this movie
I don't think it
in
was
over
on
a
accident.
decade.
Was it on accident?
Yes.
Wait, no.
It wasn't on accident. It was on purpose.
It
was on
Trying to get
purpose.
admitted to school.
So
Yeah.
it was on purpose. Okay,
Yeah.
Caesar's
So
here.
So the point of it was basically to portray himself as a African American person, so he
Right.
could apply for a scholarship, so he
Yeah.
can go to Howard.
Right.
So it was for selfish reasons. He did it on purpose.
Right, and I think
I can't remember for sure if it made his hair curly.
no,
or like
I'm pretty sure he got a
coarse.
perm.
He
But-
got a perm. Okay.
But it
There were steps. So steps were taken.
right. So I mean, I think it's a good movie. I think it's a funny movie with a good message. He ends up falling in love with Radon
What
and
is
Sean.
the message?
The message is don't do blackface and take opportunities from black single mothers. Okay, and I think that
Was she a single mother?
yeah, she was a single mother.
She did have a kid.
Yeah, and she couldn't go to college because he took her spot. It's a good movie. If you haven't seen it, watch it.
Wait, but didn't he meet her on the college though?
Olivia, I don't remember the specifics. I just want to say that I just want to say that I get the history of blackface. It's terrible. I get even today doing blackface is terrible. I just don't feel like in this specific case outrage is appropriate.
Is it recent outrage? Like
Yeah,
they just
like I seen an article like revisiting.
I've actually not seen this movie in years. At one point, I was looking for this movie to make sure it was not a fever dream.
No, honestly, but the thing is, like, I've been waiting a little bit for this movie to come into the spotlight because, you know, with so many scandals of, you know, Canadian politicians and blackface and Drake and blackface, you know, with all this talk of blackface, I just knew it was a matter of time before we talk about Soul Man, and I think that I am like, okay, yes, let's do it. Let's talk.
You're ready. You were ready for this.
Let's talk. I think that sometimes, though, when we do think about social justice, I think that, how do I say this? Like,
it seems like every week we do the show, there's sirens, huh?
Yeah. There's at least one
Long Beach.
in every show, yeah. What was I saying? Okay. But I don't, like, what are we going to do? What are we going to cancel Rae Dong Chung? Like, she's chilling. Like,
wait, there's backlash for her?
no, I'm sure it's not for her, but, like, you know.
It wouldn't be home without the sirens.
I know. Gosh. But, like, what are we supposed to do? The movie's made. I think that sometimes when it comes to social justice, outrage can be a bit unhelpful or misguided. It can be misguided, right?
Okay.
Like, what is C. Thomas Howell? Who is he hurting right now? He made that movie 30 years ago. I don't think it's appropriate to be angry. You want to go back and watch this movie to be upset? Like, I don't know. I just don't think that that's really helpful.
I'm honestly really surprised that they found it. I have not been able to find this movie anywhere.
It was definitely made.
So, like, okay, well, now that I'm actually looking at the picture, he's tanner than I remembered him being.
No, yeah, and he's got a full perm. I will describe him for you. So it's Pony Boy from The Outsiders, and he's about a little bit browner than me, and he's got a perm.
Is he brown? Is he browner than me?
Yeah.
He's okay.
Is it? Yeah. Is it? Yeah. I guess. Yeah. It is blackface, isn't it?
That's blackface. Yeah.
But the movie has a good message. I feel like maybe we should.
You really didn't describe it like. I feel like, honestly, but did he receive any, like, actual repercussions in the movie for blackface?
Well, at the time, I was -10, so it's hard to tell.
I don't think he did, because at the end of it, like, I don't know if, like, did he give her the scholar? Either way, at the end, he got the girl.
Okay, I don't know.
I
think that
as a white man, he embraced his white identity, and he got the girl.
Okay, I don't remember the movie that much. I just want to say that when we do talk about, like, race relations and stuff like that, sometimes our anger can be misguided. And I don't think a movie from 1986 is, or, you know, ripping apart a movie from 1986 is really going to get us anywhere productive. So I just wanted to say, leave Soul Man alone. It's an excellent film.
I feel like if it's, like, repeat habit,
yeah.
Like, if you notice, like, okay, come on now. He's done blackface in, like, 10 movies.
He's done blackface once that we know of. And if more information comes out that he's a repeat offender, then, of course, my opinion will change. But I just,
I feel like if it's an incident where it's, like, it was really old at the time, it's not okay.
Yeah,
it's not okay.
Yeah, no, age.
But I feel like at this point, like, maybe, like you can be kind of upset, but not, like slash his tires upset.
No, yeah, leave him alone. But that also brings us to Halloween, and just wanted to let you know that if you're thinking about dressing up as someone of another race, or maybe a racial stereotype in particular, don't do that.
Just don't do it.
And I say that because sometimes people are unaware. You guys let me know if this is okay or not. But I was about 16, I think, and for Halloween, I dressed up as a chola.
Did you?
And now that I'm telling people not to do that, I'm kind of...
Did you educate yourself?
Well, absolutely, yeah. At the time, I was 16, so completely a minor. Now I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't think about doing that.
Okay. Well, now I have follow-up questions.
Okay, yeah.
This
let's
is
go.
This has gone back to the interview for Chelsea.
Yeah. Okay. What's up?
All right. Did you do it to hurt somebody?
No, absolutely not.
Did
I
you
did it
think
in I did it in like a Gwen Stefani way.
Okay, way to throw somebody else under the bus.
No, she's great. People love her.
People love her.
She's everyone's favorite cultural
Did you do it as a
appropriator.
joke?
No,
In a mocking
no,
way?
no, not at all. It's just kind of like the eye makeup. I didn't go crazy. I did it in a I looked good way.
Okay.
Yeah, like if this was my vibe.
So you
it
just
would-
did the eye makeup?
Yeah, and then like wore like a flannel that was
Did
like
you-
buttoned up.
Well, how offensive
Wait.
was it?
Yeah, because you're saying it like it was a problem. What happened?
Yeah,
Did
you're-
something bad happen?
No, everyone told me I looked good, but I'm saying like looking back, like
Well, was it like just the makeup, or was it like the whole 9 yards, like the offensive type where it's like shaved eyebrows and then like
No.
drawn on?
no, I didn't do all that. But I'm just saying like
It's just the eye makeup.
it's okay to look back and say like, okay, that was a choice that I shouldn't make going forward. I'm not gonna make that choice. So I'm saying like, don't dress up in these
well, you
costumes.
should have never told me, because now you're on the hook.
All right. Hey, we have a question.
Okay.
Do you think that with all the years of social injustice, that has destroyed so many lives? I don't have on my glasses, so bear with me.
Okay.
That has destroyed so many lives for so many years, and now being met with the new post-George Floyd effect, do you think that overcompensation and going hard on everything like a 1986 movie, Soul Man, is warranted to try to make things equal for everyone at a faster pace?
That's a great question. Thank you so much to
It was
whoever.
Caesar.
Oh.
That was- You
No.
don't wanna come-
That's a great question, Uncle Caesar. I think that sometimes
Can you read the question one more time?
No.
no, thank you. You're good. Okay, so
So what is it? Can you kind of paraphrase it for me?
so with basically after George Floyd, are we so sensitive that we're attacking things like a 1986 movie? And was that supposed to kind of speed up equality? I don't think so.
I don't know about that, because honestly, when you think about it, you really got to backtrack sometimes. Just like, like back pay.
Well, okay, maybe it's okay to admit that it was wrong, but how much energy are you really?
Okay, I got a
Not
question.
too
I got a
much.
question.
I'm not going to put too much energy.
I
got
I'm
stuff
Mitch.
going on.
Growing up, hey, you laughed, you sucked it up. You know what I'm saying? And this era that we're in now, with everybody being so PC and
Right.
all that, I mean, there's good points and there's
Right.
bad points.
Right.
You know, I don't think everybody should get a trophy.
Right,
If you win, you get a trophy. That gives you motivation to win.
right,
But I'm just going to go out there and sit on the sidelines and cry to my mom because I want some chips and I get a trophy. I don't think that's right.
right.
I don't think that's fair. But saying this, moving forward with society, whatever's, I'm almost 50, so I'm going to be out of here soon.
You are 50.
I'm almost 50.
Okay.
And
Well,
you guys have to live through this.
Right.
So, I mean, it's almost like we say the olders, they set the way, and then now you guys are going to get older and set the way. Is this what you guys want?
I
A
just
soft society?
not
I
so
feel
much
like you're
a soft,
describing it in a very particular way.
very pointed.
Yeah.
I don't think so much as a soft society, but I think my whole thing, what I really would like to see things change to, people are not being overly sensitive. At the same time, people aren't trying to be overly offensive. So I feel like
But I mean, you guys are going back to a 1986 movie.
right.
That was so long ago.
So long ago, so inconsequential. There were no Oscars won by this movie, right? So it's not like this huge cultural
Neither did
impact.
New Jack City, and it was a great movie.
New Jack City is a good movie. That is a fact.
I liked it.
I feel like sometimes when it comes to social justice and improving society, people can be a bit overzealous or a bit argumentative in a way that turns people off from the conversation. I
Right.
think that you have to kind of like allow for different viewpoints. I think that you have to allow for people to learn. You can't just jump on people the minute they don't catch on to what the change is. Right, like I've had stuff. So I was a journalist. I wrote this piece, and the club that I wrote the piece about hated it. And I just
Maybe you need to practice your writing.
no, completely no. It wasn't a good job, and that's fine. I understand that. In the article, I misgendered a student, and it was this whole thing.
What does
Really?
misgendered mean?
So they were non-binary, and when
What does that mean?
so they don't identify as male or female, and they use they/them pronouns. When I interviewed them, they told me their pronouns were she and they. So in this article, I described them as a woman, which was a mistake. The organization wrote a letter to my newspaper that I worked at, and
See, that's what I'm.
shit
But
stuff.
that's
So was
okay.
it retract? Was
I was trying to be
was it
quiet.
retracted?
But that's what I'm saying right there. She called herself she
They, yeah.
and they.
Yeah.
Now I'm supposed to sit back and figure out and go deep and further. Like maybe she mistakenly called herself.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah. No, and that's it's hard. If they were a little bit more like receptive to the idea of educating versus jumping on someone who didn't get something right the way that they wanted to get it right, I think that allows for more conversation and more like education, people to understand. But I think when you yell at people for not doing something immediately the way that you want them to do it, that turns people off.
Well, maybe
and
that's where it all lies. Just
Yeah.
in like the education of it and just the reaction that you give off to educate. Not everybody's meant to be a teacher. Some
Right.
people.
But I mean, but like me, I'm older
Yeah.
than you guys, so
Right.
that doesn't have nothing to do with me. I don't care. Bruce Jenner is Bruce Jenner. He was on my Wheaties box growing up. I mean, that's what I know.
Old people
He
just
was.
refuse to
saying?
let go of the Wheaties.
Yeah, but I know that. So when what he does
she
later
was
on in
pushing
life, am I wrong for saying that? You know what I'm saying? I know if I know a guy named Rico and he changes his name to James and I accidentally call him Rico.
Well, I think that it's a
that
process, right? I have friends who have came out as non-binary, and it's a process to call them they instead of he. But it's a good friend is gonna be like, I get that takes time, and they're not gonna jump at you just because you say he. Like my friend's non-binary, and they'll say he when referring to another non-binary
So can I ask
friend. So
you
it
something?
happens, you know.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
So you're saying a good friend will like
A
put
good
in that
friend-
work.
What about a
But then, like,
stranger?
yeah.
No, but,
what
like-
about like when the stranger comes up? It's like the stranger doesn't care about your
No,
feelings.
but like a good friend, someone who wants to be a move in the right direction for societal change, someone who actually is for the cause is going to understand that these are changes that take time for people. So you can't yell at them immediately when they're like, just not receptive. You have to give them time and education. you
Right,
know?
like somebody just wrote right here. Mitchell is right. We older folks can't read younger folks' minds. We already learned it one way.
No, completely, and that's the thing. Society brought you up one way, and now
That
as
was
we're
Donna Hall.
thanks, Donna.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's about societal change takes time. Social justice takes time. Getting to learn a new way takes time. And if you want to be an actual like person of the change, you have to be understanding with people.
Honestly, I
Meet
feel
them
like
where they're
this.
at.
I feel like this happens every generation. There's always something new.
Yeah.
The older generation's always like, my way was perfect. Why
And
are
you know
doing
what?
something
That
different?
is so real.
Yeah.
Because my dad and them, y'all music and y'all.
It's
And
a
then I'm like,
cycle.
you don't know what you're talking about. This is great, NWA, and they're the greatest. And now I get older, and I'm like, man, what the hell are they talking about? Like,
Yeah. No, it's not. There's nothing new under the sun. Everything
Yeah.
is just a cycle.
That's all a cycle.
Completely. But I think that it's also smart to listen to change, listen to people who are advocates for social justice.
Okay. I'm okay.
We're advocates for social justice.
We are.
And we would like people to listen to us, so you can only really extend that courtesy to other people who are trying to, create change and make the best out of what we have, because we're in a tight spot.
But
socially.
I'm looking at another comment. It says our music was the best.
Who said
And
that?
to whatever era it is, your music was the best.
Yeah.
To you.
To
Yeah.
your era, and then the next era. So I mean, just saying that, like you're saying, your era is better. Your era, then the next era will be different, and then the next era, so long. So
You know
so
what that
on
makes
and
me
so on.
think? You know what that makes me think?
What's up?
Like in regards to music, who are the greats now? Because you got during your generation, you guys were able to identify.
Ice
Michael
Cube.
Jackson,
Ice
Whitney
Cube was the
Houston.
best.
Yeah, and I feel like right now we don't have any greats.
We have Drake and Lil Baby. So
I do like Little Baby.
Lil Baby is right there.
I feel like Little Baby is right there. All right, we have.
Shouts
Lil
out to
Baby.
Lil Baby.
All right. There's other people. I guess there's other people. It depends on what kind of music you're looking into.
But yeah, so I say all that to say that when it comes to change, a lot of people, you don't like change, you hate change. You say that all the time.
I say it every at least
Chance
3 times a
that
day.
you get, yeah. But
And they also said the pronoun she represents the noun woman. Not your fault, Chelsea.
okay.
That was somebody else.
Yeah, and there was so much, and this isn't about
How was that though? Was it a
experience.
very aggressive? Were they calling for your job? She needs to be fired and escorted
No,
off
no, it
campus?
was a class. So they she needs to be dropped from your class. No, it was bad. It did. I mean, as a young journalist, you never want to put out something that is going to receive backlash in a way that you feel is not what you intend. But the problem with that is sometimes when you put certain things, any type of content out, music, articles, movies, whatever, you just kind of leave it up for people who are an audience of that to kind of receive it however they want to receive it, and you don't really have control over that. So that was kind of hard, a lesson.
Is it hard to be a journalist?
Yeah, it's hard to be a journalist, I think, right now because everyone wants to punch journalists.
I think that ties into post-conviction law.
Okay.
I think that, there's a certain group that's been hit hard with what's going on in the prison system. And then there's another group. It's always 2 groups, at least, a minimum.
Right.
That, if they're in prison, they must have done something. It's like I got a whooping one time, and I was like, I didn't do it. Well, you did something, And he was right. He was right. I done got away with some stuff. But when you look at that, was just a simple disciplinary situation. But you're taking someone's years away, someone's life away, someone away from their family, someone away from society, and then you expect them to get out.
Like normal.
They're like, okay, you knocked out 15 years. All right, well, go get a job.
And no one's hiring. No one's going to let you rent their apartment because you have this criminal history. So what are you going to do? Just be on the street? You could, and a lot of people are on the street, but how does that better society? Now we have a huge homeless problem.
And
so
then you think about the stigma.
There's no real
you just brought something big up, homelessness.
Yeah.
Because it's running rampage in California.
Oh, man,
Yeah.
don't get me started.
And maybe a lot of that is that.
A lot of people who if you can't find a place to crash, what are you gonna do? You're gonna be on the street, and that's even probably more crime if they need money for something. Then you're gonna take it if you're hungry,
Yeah.
It's just
No,
there's no real I don't know, there's no real plan to better society. I don't know. From
Honestly,
prison,
let's
there's
just
no
say
after
Let's
plan,
just say
you know?
whoever designed the prison system did not think it through.
Or maybe
they did not think everything through.
Maybe they don't care to think it through. They don't care to consider the lives of individuals.
That's 100% a possibility when you think about it. The whole point of the prison system was just to make money off of people incarcerated.
Or how about they stop asking if people have been convicted of a crime, or maybe certain crimes they stop asking for apartment applications or job applications, because it's like you could lie, but if they find out, what are they gonna fire you?
They got to keep in mind, like, a lot of people in prison, they do programs where it's like they get like certificates, like business degrees and all this.
Yeah.
And then if they get out, like, what are they supposed to do with these degrees that they got in prison? If you're gonna say, hey, like, that's cool, and that's exactly what we need to qualify.
Yeah, but
you did 5 years behind bars,
right,
so we can't really. We don't feel comfortable with you being here.
Right. These are people who, I mean, okay, so like certain people, Martha Stewart, she can go to prison, she can come out to a job, right? She's a person with connections, but for the everyday person.
Good for Martha.
Yeah.
She's
she
friends
did
with
that
Snoop
time.
Dogg's now.
Yeah.
She did it.
Yeah. She held it down.
She was a soldier.
She held it down. But yeah, and so if you don't have those connections, if you're an everyday person just coming out of prison, you got to think about that. You got to think about the families who were affected. Now, your child is probably also on a path to jail or prison, and it's a cycle.
I've seen that
Let's
myself.
talk about it.
Yeah.
Like, if your dad goes to prison when you're like 2, he's gone for like 15 years.
Yeah, I was talking. I'm not going to say her name, but I was talking with somebody that's going to be working with me on this TV show that I'm producing.
You can say person A.
No, I'm not person A. And she was telling me that her dad did 15, 20 years or whatever.
Right.
And he got out, and she was a mailman or whatever, and he came trying to talk to her, and I kept trying to get what made you upset at him.
Right.
And she never told me that. Hopefully she don't watch this. But she never could tell me what made her upset. She was like, he left when I was little. Like, okay. But what made you upset? She's like, he came at me trying to be, you know who I am? And I'm like, okay. But what?
How old was she when he got out?
I don't know. She's probably 22, something, 23.
And
now.
she was a mailman?
Yeah.
She was a male woman.
Yeah. She says mailman, but I said mailwoman.
Out of respect.
I feel like there's honestly so many different ways.
Okay, let's look at it like this. Both you guys are my daughter, right?
Okay. All right.
Well.
So says your mother. All right.
And even is her, she really credible?
Hey, man, that's my mother.
Now, how would you feel? I mean, we went through whatever, but if I would have went to prison when you guys were kids.
Okay.
We're doing this right now?
Yes, we're doing
live?
this.
We're going to live. This is for Unite the People, so there's families out there that are going.
Well,
there are families.
I would say that, I do have like a fun side, but I think that like having kind of the guidance has kind of like acted as a balance. However, I think that if I didn't have the familiar support or like the presence of
You about to make me cry.
No, my father there, like, I feel like I would just, I don't know, maybe it's a stereotype, but I would, like, face tattoos, like, are you kidding me?
So you would,
like,
ain't no telling what would happen to you.
No, like, literally, like, I'm moving to Florida and embracing the culture, like, who knows?
No, you can't embrace the Florida culture.
Yeah, no, and you don't want to, right? But I don't know, like, it's,
no, but seriously.
I just don't think that,
no,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if there would be.
Do you feel like you would be angry at him?
I would be absolutely angry, and I would just be upset.
I feel like you really gotta look at it from like that kid's perspective. When you leave, like you're leaving your child as a child. Like they're not able to comprehend 100%. Like okay, like my parent committed this crime and he's going away to do time because the society and the prison system says this is what he deserves. But then, like, at some point you kind of think about it and it's like, is this really what the kid deserves, though?
Yeah.
Right.
Because the kid's impacted by this. The
But-
kid,
yeah.
and
but-
then, like
ahead.
after a while, you kind of just, like, think about it and it's just like, okay, you have to start resenting someone.
Yeah,
you can't
I'd be angry.
Yeah, you can't resent the victim because they're the victim. You can't resent society because that's not a specific person. A lot of people hate society. But then it's just like all that internalized confusion and anger, like it just becomes this embodiment
But I'm your
of your
dad.
parent.
I'm your dad. I call you as much as I can. If you'd like to accept the call, please press 5.
Right.
You got a call from
Right.
Dad.
Yeah.
In a correctional. And you go through
Yeah.
that. I try.
Yeah.
But I also understand that
You're not there.
I'm not there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly,
So
who
being my
knows?
kids,
Yeah.
you know me.
Right.
This is for the people watching.
Right.
Because I've never went through this, you've never went through this.
Right.
But if you really think about it, do you think you would be different?
Absolutely.
I would 100%.
I would be one of those people you couldn't tell me shit.
Damn, that's
Oh
deep.
my goodness! You know how many people?
deep.
Like honestly, I know a lot of people
Not
with like absent. I want to say absent parents.
No, well, you can't say absent because they're there.
Right.
You
But
know where- but society
but
puts them
still,
somewhere.
even though they're
where-
there, they're still not there.
Okay,
Right.
okay.
So you
You're
still
not a
have to.
presence.
You still have to grow up. It's like, and then like when you go through that teenage phase, and it's like that natural like acting out phase.
Yeah. No,
and it's like you get like, you know, your mom's like getting tired of you. Your mom's like, you know, like you keep talking to me, that like talking back and all this. And it's
Right.
like you know, at one point then you're gonna like the mom's gonna put the dad on the phone. Like honestly, if Rana was like, if my mom
Wait, did
like,
you say your mom's name?
no, I didn't say my mom's name. I said
Okay.
Corona.
All right.
If my mom like was just like, listen, like I'm tired of your attitude.
Yeah.
Like here's this man on the phone
Yeah,
that I
I'ma
haven't
hang up.
seen since I was 2, and he's over here like, you need to behave. Like,
Yeah.
Damn.
Click.
first off, you ain't been here.
Like,
That's deep. Literally.
yeah.
Like you haven't, like I don't know you at this point. Like I'm going through all these new emotions. I'm going through all these phases in life, and you're not there. Like yeah, I can tell you about it. You can tell me what you think about it when you have time, like when you get a chance to talk on the phone.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I'm going to
You know
be
what
angry.
I really hope? I really hope that people in prison somehow are watching this, because I mean, it you know, you as a dad, I don't care where I am. I feel like I should be able to call and say, hey.
Yeah.
But you never really look at the other side of that phone conversation. Like, this dude gonna tell me all this stuff, hang up.
Yeah. And you're not there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
No.
And you're not even in the vicinity. You can't even whoop me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, okay, I'm a yeah. You on the phone.
Right.
Yes, dad. Yeah, dad. Yeah, dad. Or yes, dad. Girl, too. And that's deep. That's deep.
Well, I mean, yeah, and it's just kind of like one of those things where it's like an alternative reality where this happens, and now all these other events have occurred.
I mean, I've thought about it.
You know,
I've thought about it.
You thought
getting
about
a
what?
face tattoo.
I've thought about like how life would have been different if you went to prison. Like,
Yeah.
Well, damn, that's evil.
well, no, like not like that, but like you know, like
Well, and
I
then
don't
you
want
have
to
to
put like
think
our,
about.
I don't want to put our
you have
business
to
out
think
there, but like
about-
you know, like switch in like retrospect,
Yeah,
like
how things could be, but you have to
Okay,
think
we-
about too the people
We
that.
clearly got a Donna Hall party.
But
But she said something real.
what'd she say?
A child would think if the person cared, they wouldn't have done the crime. Children at my job used to tell me that.
Yeah,
yeah.
and then also too, if you don't.
But I mean, but you can look at that as I'm doing the crime because I don't know what else to do to give you a good life.
That's also fair. Like you got to look at the obstacles, especially like as people of color, when things are especially put like on you to make things more difficult.
Right.
Like for example, like how they say like if you have a white name, you'll get a response to a job application like within a week, and if you have a black name, it takes on average about
Yeah,
like
don't name your
35
kid
days.
Tyrone.
I love the name Tyrone.
I also love the name Tyrone.
I don't know. It just comes into maybe I'm just have a certain point of view,
Mm-hmm.
but I just feel like if you have to maybe commit crime to support
like, if you-
children,
like,
maybe
well,
don't
you
have
gotta-
children.
No, well, you have that aspect, but like, what happens when the child's here? Like
Oh, that's
like
true.
the kid's here,
Yeah.
or like your date, like you and your girl. Your girl said she's pregnant, and then it's just like, okay, well, like we were barely surviving.
Right.
Obviously, we're keeping it. Like you know, we're gonna see it through because
Right.
you know she decided she wanted to keep it, and you're
Right.
like, you know, I'm gonna support her.
I don't know. I have a different mindset on that. I'm very.
I'm saying like if the
anti-
kid's already on the way or the
Right,
kid's already
right.
here,
And then I understand that things are situational and life isn't perfect, and you can't just pretend
And I think
or
that's
wish.
where maybe that's where like the prison system fails because they look at it like it's all on paper. Like there's
Yeah.
no practicality of it. There's
Yeah.
no like
I agree.
actual like
I
real
agree
life
100%.
scenarios that goes
Yeah,
into the
yeah.
decisions. They're like,
And right-
okay, you broke a car window, it
Yeah.
made somebody cry, 20 years.
Yeah.
Right, but I think it's I'm sorry, my mic was off. I think it's a big disservice because they're giving blacks and Latinos football scores, 45 to 22.
Yeah.
And then
We can't ignore that.
When you have the complexion for the, you're getting, all right, look, just don't do it. I have to give you a year.
Yeah, but you're gonna do a couple months.
Yeah, a couple months. And I think that, like, this is really crazy. Like, I'm really astonished. I never asked you guys this. What would have happened if I'm sort of proud of the answer though. Like, whatever, Chelsea.
You're proud because it makes you look good.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I was here,
Great
so they
dad.
did it.
We'll end this with a picture of me. And great dad. but
They didn't run off to a trailer park. Good for us.
Right.
Oh, the trailer park,
But
Tennessee.
But I
Yeah,
see that,
Florida.
and we're in. Hold on a second. How many countries? See,
3 countries.
we're in 3 countries right now. So if you
does that
guys
mean?
are out in those countries or the next country that logs in,
Yes.
make sure you come check us out at Unite the People USA, and that's on Instagram. Instagram is Unite the People USA, and Unite the People on Facebook. UniteThePeople.org is the website. You guys log in. And we stream live on Facebook and YouTube.
Cool.
All right. So, I mean, a lot of people out there, I mean, it's a lot, I think, to take in.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot to take in because there's so many avenues of this.
Right.
Okay, you know what? I'm about to get evicted. I have 5 children, or I have 2 children. Let's not go all the way to 5.
Yeah, I'm like, start selling some kids. Don't
That's
sell
the
kids.
next step.
I have 2 children.
illegal.
I have to do something. Now, I'm in a society where I can't just walk in and go, hey, Dave,
Yeah.
let me get down with you. Because I have to be better. What they say, I have to be better than the next man because I'm black.
Right.
I have to be twice as good as the next.
Twice as
So-
good to get half as far.
So I can't get a gig, but Thursday, I need some money.
Right.
I have to pay this man.
Right.
Now, my friends say, hey, man, let's do this. We can make some money. We can, whatever you do. And I'm going to do, and I understand, I've done that. I mean, not that, but, okay, Thursday, I have to have $4,000, period.
Yeah.
So no matter what happens, Thursday, I'm going to have $4,000 or more.
Yeah.
Now, I'm out there trying to get that $4,000 to pay this or whatever, so my kids don't have to see,
Yeah.
my kids don't have to go through the hard part of it, and they don't have to go through the suffering, or whoever I'm taking care of, my kids, my whatever.
Your mom, like it could be your sick mom or something.
Yeah,
You
your sick
have to
mom, your
support
sick dad,
them.
your sick uncles, or whatever.
Yeah.
But guess what? It didn't happen that way. They got me.
Right.
Now the children how would the children, and it comes a lot to the moms too, because the mom should be, hey, your dad was a great dude. He was trying to, you know what I'm saying? I really think mothers out there should really, if your dude got caught up, don't fall into the, he should have just, because it's not that easy for everybody. It's not that easy. It's really, life was, nothing was promised to you.
Yeah.
So you have to make it.
It's
now,
hard.
what I like to say, and I've told you guys, get it while you're young. Forget the club, forget the parties, get it while you're young, because they're offering you more now. You guys are gorgeous women, and you can make a lot more moves than you can when you're 40
Right.
and overweight and chin pulling all the way to the ground and all that.
Not
that
all
happens.
of us are. Not
No,
all of us have
not
the
to
same
all,
future.
not to all 40 women, but 40-year-olds. But it happens. So
Yeah.
I would like to say, and this is Mitch McDowell, kids out there, if you're listening, get it while you're young. It gets so much harder when you're older. It gets way 100,000 times harder when you're older. Forget the parties, forget the Gucci bags, forget the Rolexes, forget the trying to be like what's them boys out of Atlanta?
Migos.
The Amigos. Yeah, we're on the same page. Don't forget all what they got. That's what they have.
Yeah.
Don't worry about what the next man have, people.
Right. Oh, yeah, we're talking like scammers and stuff, right?
Scammers, robbers, murderers, whoever.
All of it, yeah. It's very dark, especially when
I don't
it's
know why it's being
all
glorified
for
right now.
this chase of materialism
It's
and
been
capitalism.
glorified for a long time in the media.
Yeah.
Don't fall for that. You know what makes me happy?
It's all traps.
When I'm with you guys. When I'm with you guys. I don't care.
Is there an sound effect that goes, oh?
Yeah. When
Close
I'm
enough.
with you guys.
We'll take it.
And that's what matters, people.
Your
It does-
family.
it doesn't matter if you're flying, what is that? Not commercial jets.
Coach?
Private jets. You saw what happened to Javante Davis.
Honestly, private jets are terrible for
Yeah,
the
Javante
environment.
Davis jet crashed and he was out there.
He survived.
Yeah, but
He's
do
okay.
what you can do.
He's okay.
Do what you can do and be the best person for the next person.
Yeah.
And I think that really matters.
Well, that was an excellent little,
Excerpt.
yeah.
Sorry,
nice.
guys.
We love that. Thanks, Mitch. We
Call me
appreciate
Mitch again.
All
We
right.
appreciate that.
I feel like that was some good points.
Right, and I just wanted to say too, like the cycle of incarceration. If you take a parental figure out of the home, then what are they going to do now that they don't have a family? So they might fall into the wrong crowds in search of.
It honestly puts a big
like
damper.
something that feels
it
like a
puts a big
family, yeah.
damper on the family. You know, they start looking like a parent at one point. Like then the one parent's gonna be the working parent. That's how you create
Yeah.
like latch children. Or,
Yeah,
like what is
and
it?
then they're
Lock
doing
latch
whatever they
children.
want. Yeah, if you don't have
They
like
get
the
into
help.
gangs. Like
Yeah, and it's just a cycle. So
I mean, when
we got to
people-
think about
A lot of gang members say what? Oh, this is my family.
yeah.
they're just looking for that family.
Yeah,
aspect.
and usually gang members, what I see is it's a young person's thing, right? Once you get about 40, typically they start like they're cool off that, right? But like 20ish,
like they have to prove themselves. Like teens to 20s,
Yeah,
it's
they
like they're
have
still
to.
proving themselves
Yeah, you
in
can
the
like,
gang life.
Yeah, you can like chill
Like
when you're an OG.
like
but
have you been keeping up with the Pop Smoke information?
no, what's going on, Pop Smoke?
The people who's alleged killers, they're filing a lot of motions. One of them,
They're incarcerated.
No, they're in court.
Oh, okay,
Well, that's
So, like-
incarcerated.
Is it? Okay. Yeah, they're incarcerated.
okay.
But so basically, like the leader of it, who was
Mhm.
like in charge of like the 15-year-old that killed him,
Right.
basically was just like, yeah, a 15-year-old.
I didn't know that.
Shot him.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah, apparently it was supposed to be allegedly. I'm gonna say allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah.
Allegedly, it was a robbery gone wrong, and Mr. Smoke got out of the shower, and they told him to strip and take all his jewelry off, and then
How do you know this?
She's
I keep up with the blogs.
yeah. She keeps up with the bloops.
Got a little bit of my mom in me.
Yeah, that's terrible. And then you just have to think
Yeah.
about like the souls of these young people who are
It's-
genuinely lost, and it's really sad.
It is sad because then it's just like, and then like honestly, you're looking at it, and the people around him are trying to throw him under the bus.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Well, because the guy who was like in charge of sending him allegedly is like, I didn't tell the 15-year-old to
Of
shoot
course,
him.
of
He's like, I didn't tell the
course.
15-year-old to shoot him. I didn't shoot the gun.
He's
Someone was
trying not to go to jail.
Yeah, because what is he
Yeah.
gonna what is he gonna say? Like, that's my family. I have to be
Yeah.
there for him. No, they're not.
The other guy who was there apparently was like, I was in the car.
Yeah. It's
Allegedly.
everywhere, but
Yeah, like basically
the
they're just like,
scene happened.
I was not the one who pulled the trigger, and it's just like, so you guys gave.
Well, isn't there a law? It doesn't matter who pulled the trigger.
is that the?
I think there is a law
I don't know if it's
now.
nationwide.
What is it?
It may not be nationwide,
Oh, just in
It may- just
California.
or it's in some states, but it may not be nationwide.
Where like it matters, but like but with other ones, it's like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who pulled the trigger. It's felony murder for everybody involved
In some states, it's
in some states.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really terrible.
Well, the crime happened in California, so maybe
Yeah.
that's valid.
Yeah.
Well, we got a few more minutes.
Okay. Well, let's take this time to talk about our hats.
I like our hats.
We have hats here.
They're matching.
They are the same hat. For shipping and handling, I will send you one signed. It does not have to be my own signature. I can write anybody's name. You let me know, and
Any name.
Yeah.
Any name, any
I
signature.
want one from Peyton.
you could choose anyone. You could say Beyonce. Beyonce hat coming at you.
We do not care. It's yours.
Yeah. Just send us the money. More newsletters are going to be coming out. So that'll be good. Look out for newsletters volume 5, I believe they are. Okay. Any questions? Any
We're doing that.
Yeah. So another thing is also that our raffle will be happening in.
Not another one.
Another raffle.
Another one.
Yeah, it was really cool. We got some thank you notes from some of the recipients.
I want to hear one.
Who were really excited. Do we have one?
Do we have the thank you note?
No, but it was really sweet.
It was sweet?
It was from, he called himself the Bear. So
Oh, not the bear.
thank you for the letter to the Bear. It was really sweet.
We can read it at the next round.
We'll read it at the next raffle.
We appreciate
bear, his
any
letter
thank
says,
yous.
Yeah, so that's cool.
He has a
but-
way with words.
Yeah, but look out for our social media posts and our notifications about our social media is Unite the People USA for Instagram, Unite the People for Facebook, and I think it's UTP at UTP USA for Twitter. YouTube, it's Unite the People, YouTube. So look out for our raffle. They'll be happening very soon, and I'm really excited to do them. Hopefully I can host again that episode. We will most likely be back next week with a different group of hosts. I want to say thank you to Olivia for being here with me.
Olivia.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah.
This was an experience.
Hopefully you liked it enough to want to come back again someday.
I wouldn't say all that. No, I'm just
Okay. Okay.
I'm just kidding. This was fun.
All right. Well, everyone have a good night, and hopefully everyone's month is going okay. And if it's not, just remember that in time it will pass.
And Christmas is coming, so look forward to that. Or Hanukkah.